Pacific Lime project launched. Moto Quita conduct weekend of wreaths. And CHS raised concerns on funding. A very good evening. This is National EMTV News. I'm Malinta Yopolo. Thank you for joining us. In a momentous occasion yesterday, Prime Minister James Marape, together with the members of Parliament for Central Province and other ministers, officially launched the Pacific Lime and Cement project at Kido village in the Central Province. This is Papua New Guinea's first lime and cement project. The investor for the project presented a total of 2.6 million kina to the two landowner groups, which was Kido and Rare people, before launching the project. The managing director for Pacific Lime and Project said they want to see Papua New Guinea stop from importing lime.
But the key here is we have lime, quick lime manufactured, we have cement manufactured. I'm so privileged that we will see bricks, pavers, casting, culverts, bridge pipes, beams, everything that could be made here in the future for the country.
The Central Provincial Government also presented a 1 million kina to the landowner groups as well.
Investment decision required navigating complex regulatory frameworks while demonstrating commitment to responsible development practices.
While thanking the investor and the national government, the landowner representative for Kido village had this to say.
Most importantly, this project will deliver real tangible benefits for our people, creating local employment, providing training opportunities and building skills that will empower our communities for generations to come.
The local member for the district also thanked the national government and said it is a key project that will also bring crucial services to the surrounding communities in his district.
UPNG currently imports 250,000 tons of quicklime annually, costing approximately $35 million US, and this product is essential for processing gold, nickel, and even copper.
Prime Minister James Marape in his keynote address said the government is providing an effective environment for all parties to take part in such projects. He further urged the investor to lower the price for cement and lime in the country after doing the manufacturing work, thus the government will come in.
A strong advocate for those who import lime. Stop importation of lime, but to the investor and investor group here, deliver on quality, deliver on price that is lower than the price of import, and we will assist you.
The official launching was then made by the Prime Minister. Samantha Solomon, National EMTV News. Written of wreaths for the Moto Quita Assembly elections were conducted yesterday at the Morata House in Port Moresby. Provincial and local level government minister Soroi Eoe and Electoral Commissioner Simon Sinai were present at the occasion.
The wreaths for Moto Quita Assembly elections were written yesterday, and Minister for Provincial and Local Level Government Affairs Soroi Eoe congratulated the duly elected chairman Russell Simon Wavik, as well as councillors and women representatives of the Assembly. The minister thanked Electoral Commission, the people of Moto Quita, and stakeholders for a peaceful and successful elections.
If a manager is here, thank you. I want to appreciate you as well on behalf of the government. But as I said, most of the Electoral Commissioner and his staff who have done so much in terms of getting everything prepared. But not forgetting my own staff. I don't want to put them on the side, and both my department as well as Electoral Commission work so hard.
Mr. Eoe highlighted that the government has recognized the people of Moto Quita by creating an open electorate, which will come into effect in 2027.
Occasion signals perhaps the first successful election for not only in terms of LLG matters, but also in terms of open electorate, because Moto Quita is now migrating into the next level. So I should recognize both opportunities. So
PNG Electoral Commissioner Simon Sinai also thanked all stakeholders for a successful election.
That Moto Quita is moving, and elections are special because that's part of the step that takes by a community, by a ward, by a people, by an electorate, by way of electing a leader, and that's the sign of people taking a step forward. And so congratulations to you all, those who have been elected. You have a challenge ahead of all of us to manage our country in whatever capacity you're going to play as an elected member, as an administration staff, clerk, or manager of the Moto Quita.
Mr. Sinai said Electoral Commission is working on a number of by-elections for the National Parliament. Pakatambua National EMTV News.
The Christian Health Services of Papua New Guinea raised concern on non-payment of government funding to church health services. This has gone on for 6 months in 2024 and 5 months into 2025, totaling 11 consecutive months, affecting operations.
This prolonged delay is putting immense pressure on church-run health facilities, severely impacting operations, staff welfare, and health service delivery in many remote and rural areas of Papua New Guinea. Christian Health Services of Papua New Guinea manages 26 church agencies, 16 health worker training schools, and over 500 facilities employing almost 2,000 staff members. Recently, a check amount of 22 million kina was given to accommodate for services from August to September of this year. The organization expressed gratitude to the Department of Health, the Finance Department, and the Treasury Department for the support in facilitating the recent funding allocation. CHS Chairman Chapalis Kayok stressed that the funding is by the bill being appropriated already from the government budget.
Last year, we received up to June, that's in 2024. And from July to December, that's about 6 months, we haven't received that particular appropriation bill for the church grant, up to 32 million. The churches in the country, in the health service departments, we've struggled trying to pull hands together until the December. By January for this year to April, the first 3 months we received something from the government.
However, this funding is insufficient to meet the organization's need, as this money will make up for the fallback over the last 6 months without funding. The organization is urging the government to provide continuous monthly funding to support healthcare services, especially in rural areas where access remains limited. Nicole Rama, National EMTV News.
Meanwhile, the chairman of the Christian Health Services, Japalis Kayok, urged the communities in the remote areas to look after health facilities and officials.
He said the churches are working hard to collaborate with the government to help people in the remote areas where health access is limited. Although there are many challenges faced in service delivery in the healthcare space to the remote areas, Chairman of the Christian Health Services, Japalis Kayok, highlighted this.
Imi responsible long, look long all this heavy too lo address him. Imi time imi kisim support also lo government. Long side long CEOs too, me play you must responsible long God, responsible long government too long, ensure that you got good administration, you got good management, you got good governance, strong leadership, inside long CO2 law delivery more display services.
He added that not everything involved in service delivery is what we might expect, and so he urged the communities to take care of the health facilities and the health officials stationed in their area.
Community, young pla man na meri, or piginini, papa mama, kisim responsibility below lookout mausikut. Kisim responsibility below lookout or workman very good. Suppose one play me short long, bam kai kai because 7 oxy fortnight. Come give him garden kai kai and pass him blow me law Papua New Guinea and pass him blow me law Melanesia. Suppose you got one problem na heavy come up. No can come burgi mausik. No can come fight him Hawaii. Law na hoda stuff. You got all this like kind of road stuff, but you can address him problem good na. Make sure that legally ausik blow me, you to get post up El Sub Center or Center blow me long. When I'm a boost place me stop, and we can stop good na help him no look out him to me.
Mr. Kayok said coming towards the 50 years of Papua New Guinea, it is time we care for the services being provided for a better future in the next 50 years. Nicole Rema, National EMTV News.
With the people of Bulolo facing challenges in terms of benefit sharing over the past years, Bulolo Open member Sam Basil Jr. has raised concerns, calling out several ministers and the government to look into ways to solve these matters.
On the floor of Parliament yesterday, Bulolo Open member Sam Basil Jr. reiterated on the concerns in relation to the colonial legacy and the land acquisition and negotiations done in the 1950s to the 1960s.
The Department of Forest and now National Forest Services are the custodian of the agreement and its implementation, including various land acquisition and forestry permit and agreement with the people. Mr. Assistant Speaker, the issues that have been raised with National Forest Authority and other government agencies are: number one, restoration of 25% royalty to Monkey Clan as per 1973 agreement. Number two, 1993 Land Court decision and compensation claim to National Lands Commission regarding the Bulolo plantation land.
Bulolo Open member Basil Jr. highlighted one of the issues affecting the people of Bulolo. He called on to the Prime Minister James Marape to look into the matter and make recommendations and action plans to resolve the issue.
Mr. Assistant Speaker, the Prime Minister is aware of the displacement of the many peasants in 2007 who were brought to work on the gold fields and plantations. There are many conflicts within the community as well as lack of land for the district and LLG administration purpose and for the businesses.
Prime Minister James Marape in response reassured the Open member, stating that the government will look into the matter.
So Mila give him a belly seal long people belong Bulolo, leader belong Bulolo people. Also, all get something you raise him, things that we can look up. And I will let the earlier set up a minister responsible in these sectors to attend to all matters and bring to cabinet. Certainly, the Bulolo people are appreciated. The Bulolo forestry has been a very strong economic contributor, not just to the Bulolo district, but to Morobe and to our country.
Jonathan Sibona, National EMTV News.
With issues surrounding high inflation and tax affecting citizens, concerns were raised in regards to the current state of the country.
In the Parliament sitting yesterday, Tsuave MP James Nomane has raised questions regarding the current debt stock and what approach the government has taken to generate revenue for the country.
And secondly, Mr. Assistant Speaker, if the good Treasurer could also announce what approach he's taking to generate revenue and if he's got any big announcements except for continuous borrowing after borrowing after borrowing.
In response to the question, Treasurer Ian Lynn Stuckey said the country's debt sits at 65 billion and 540 million kina and is expected to increase at 66 billion 759 million kina next year. He further said government will produce a surplus budget in 2027, a first since 2010. He added that the country is expected to pay down debt in 2034. The Treasurer also stated some key approaches to suppress the issue. This includes funding a tax administrating system, new GST monitoring system, introduced Income Tax Act, Non-Revenue Act, and new dividend policy.
Since 2019, we have increased government revenue by 101%. We've doubled revenue, Mr. Speaker. That's from 11.9 billion in 2019 to a projected 23.9 billion this year. That's the plan, Mr. Speaker. Stay with us, work with us, support us, and together let's keep increasing revenue, increasing our budget, and we can all benefit together. That's our districts and provinces.
Jonathan Sibona, National EMTV News.
National EMTV News continues after the break. Stay with us.
Chicken kebab saja ya. Yum.
Beef stir fry.
Chicken curry, my favorite.
Kebabs for you.
Yum.
Stir fry for you. And chicken curry for us.
Magic in every meal, one cube at a time.
You get big data and big value with Telecom Good Pillar mobile data plans. From only 3 kina, you get 1 gig for 24 hours. And for only 150 kina, you get 130 gigs over a whopping 30 days. And with loads of Good Pillar data plans to choose from, there's a small, medium or large plan to match your budget. Dial *777# to subscribe. Telecom, connecting you anywhere, anytime.
Hi, I'm Chef Jules Hennau, and this is where my true inspiration for cooking started. Like most of us, I learned to cook from my mum. Nothing beats simple recipes where fresh local produce is at the heart, especially when it's a home-cooked meal, prepared and shared with the ones you love. And in PNG, no meal is complete without rice. And my choice is always True Guy. True Guy, true inspiration through generations.
All-new GWM Power has the best-in-class pulling power. Book a test drive today and hop into Broco Motors for a spin.
From the mountains to the seas to global markets, the National Fisheries Authority proudly celebrates 50 years of growth. We're advancing tuna domestication, aquaculture, coastal fisheries, and sustainable fisheries management. Through stakeholder consultations, policy reforms, and stronger surveillance, we're protecting PNG's marine wealth and shaping a sustainable future. National Fisheries Authority, sustaining our future, empowering our nation.
MTV's Vocal Fusion Season 12. Last week, contestants performed to the theme Symphonic Rock. This week, they jazz things up with the theme Jazz. And we also get to reveal who makes it through to the top 7.
And you just took us all over the place. And that's what jazz is all about.
Join us tomorrow night at 7:30. Only on your number one to watch, MTV.
You're watching National MTV News. Among the King's awardees for this year was the Managing Director and owner for Canmock Estate, who was awarded with a companion with the Order of the Star of Melanesia of CSM.
The Jackson's International Airport car park was filled with families and friends of Joe Kenken to welcome him back from London after receiving his award. It was a surprise for Mr. Kenken as he was not expecting a rousing welcome. Upon his arrival with his wife Ruth, one of his uncle and a senior lawyer, Simon Norum, said they are proud of his great achievement.
Make me go long business-wise, you do make me go, Nabian, along Western Islands, along Papua New Guinea. Maybe I look Sabilo, you do finish also, me to play law business sector, law real estate, and me to play come this far. Nabian, maybe I look also, me to play go past, maybe I start it as well now. Maybe I got extra privilege long, one black. King blown Arab country, like Commonwealth, you mean.
While expressing his gratitude towards everyone, Mr. Kenken also shared a brief history of how he started his company.
In the country as well as my community back in the village. And I think big man too, me got calling from the private sector. So I had to leave the government and resign. I was promoted to acting FAS. But I had the opportunity of excelling more in the private sector, but I decided to resign and move on to the private sector.
He said he received this award because of God.
I think me look awesome. You know me, that's all. It's also about you, all of you. Me go na come learn and me firstly me thank you long God me end up. Because God has stopped, now you missed up.
Mr. Kenken further elaborated on some of the work he did for his people back at home.
You know, my parents were never educated. They were from the back pages. Also talk Tiki Bush now. I'm blowing me all copy, you mean. Also calling me dogs of war. But that equation, and we have changed it.
He was among few Papua New Guineans who went to London recently to be awarded the companion with Order of Star of Melanesia. Samantha Solomon, National MTV News.
Imane Village, a remote community in the Kagua-Erave district, will now be connected by road for the first time since independence. Heavy machineries are already on the ground to begin the construction, following the allocation of funds by their local member, Maino Pano.
Imane Village, located in the Aya local level government of Kagua-Erave, will finally have access to road after the District Development Authority allocated a funding of 4.5 million kina for the 22-kilometer road. Local firm Wafu Construction was awarded the contract. Two other villages, Rakuare and Rolomanda, will also benefit from the road. Over 20,000 people who live in the area have been living in isolation for over decades, usually trekking for hours to the neighboring Nipakutubu district to access basic services like education and healthcare. During his visit, Kagua-Erave district member Maino Pano said 1 million kina of the 4.5 million kina has been used for mobilization and excavation, and an additional 380,000 kina was used for purchasing culverts that will be used for the first 11 kilometers. The local member further asked the people that road is their lifeline and they must work with the contractor to ensure the road is complete. Owner of Wasu Construction, Solomon Ramu, said he will ensure the project is delivered on time. Local councillor Joseph Loko also thanked the member for initiating the project.
Ami 50 years Kalabus, me Bablo, Kagua-Erave, Ami look Sabelo Yumi, na Roti Khan. Nito, thank you. Number two, Lenis dapat naplong wasu. I'm not losing this love. Work you go back. Money is short. So I'm pushing this one machine. I'm going to raise money. Now we start for now.
Pakatambo National EMTV News.
Ramu NiCo Limited plans to expand its operations with extension studies currently underway.
Ramu NiCo Refinery General Manager Eric Kuman said expansion studies with its joint venture partners including Kumul Mineral Holding Limited are well underway with work already initiated.
This includes plans for downstream and processing at Basamuk Refinery, transforming PNG from raw material exporter to exporter of refined nickel and cobalt products, aligned with national industrial ambition.
Mr. Kuman said about $1 billion planned for expansion is under review to potentially double production capacity, extend mine life, and deepen value chain investment inside Papua New Guinea. He said the project's ongoing collaboration with KMHL represents a landmark step in realizing PNG's aspiration of downstream production.
By investing in processing capacity at Basamuk, we support PNG's ambition to diversify its economy, creating higher value employment and establish export-ready industry onshore.
As the nation reflects on its 5 decades of independence, Ramu NiCo reaffirmed its unwavering commitment to Papua New Guinea's future in sustaining responsible, world-class nickel and cobalt production, driving economic opportunity through local partnership, training and enterprise development, partnering with government, investors and land-owning communities to build a more diversified, resilient national economy. Jacinta Doctor, National EMTV News.
Ramu NiCo Limited has announced that since its commissioning in 2012, the project has produced over 33,600 tons of nickel and more than 3,000 tons of cobalt in 2023.
This was announced by Ramu NiCo General Manager Eric Kuman during a press conference in Port Moresby recently. Mr. Kuman said this contributes nearly 1% of global nickel and 1.3% of cobalt. He said since 2006, the project has generated over 3,000 PNG jobs and supported infrastructure.
Since 2006, the project has generated over 3,000 PNG jobs and supported infrastructure investment in roads, clinics, schools, and small business support, underlining our mission to foster broad-based social and economic development.
As the single largest Chinese investment in the Pacific region, with $1.2 billion deployed in the world-class Ramu Nickel Cobalt project, is honored for the trust placed in them and the sad journey they continue to forge.
We uphold our commitment to community development through royalty distribution, job training, graduate development program, scheme to take on young managers or train young managers for the nation as well. And we also aspire in agriculture, sustainable development initiatives in especially in the mine impact areas, such as cocoa development in partnership with PNG Cocoa Board in Medan and PNG.
Jacinta Doctor, National EMTV News.
Signing out on a role as acting Vice-Chancellor of the University of Papua New Guinea, Professor Cecilia Nembo, in her recommendations to the new Vice-Chancellor, said there is a need for intranet at the university. Professor Cecilia Nembo said the intranet will serve as the information sharing platform, strictly for internal university community and optional for council members.
This one is close to my heart. Professor Finlay, I would like to see an intranet. In 17 months, they could not deliver for me an intranet that does not require entry via the university website.
She said there is a real need to conduct workshops in ethical leadership and governance in the university and all its administrations.
We need to redefine and re-establish clear systems of governance and administration in the university. And as we are about to do, to update the University Act, statutes, bylaws, and all policies, as well as to write new policies. We are to confirm and strengthen the accrual accounting system of financial management in the university.
Professor Nembo said the central administrations needs to be restructured.
We need to build capacity at every level of the university. And I would like to see it made compulsory to ensure compliance that every member of the teaching staff undergoes the certification in postgraduate certificate in teaching and learning.
BSP Group has donated 100,000 kina to the Operation Open Heart Foundation to support its cardiac surgical missions and medical training programs for this year.
BSP Financial Group Limited has reaffirmed its long-standing commitment to improving the health and well-being of Papua New Guineans with a grant of 100,000 kina to the Operation Open Heart Foundation. The donation was presented yesterday at the Port Moresby General Hospital. BSP Group General Manager, Corporate Affairs, Harry Rabura, acknowledged the significant impact of the foundation's work over the past 3 decades. Ms. Rabura said the donation is a reflection of BSP's shared belief in the power of access to healthcare, skilled professionals, and life-saving treatment. In 2024, BSP donated over 292,000 kina towards the purchase of a Demovivic ultrasound device to support the foundation's diagnostic capabilities. Ms. Rabura said the donation aligns with BSP's 2024 community project, team focused on improving health outcomes through the provision of essential medical equipment. The 2025 grant will support up to 30 cardiac surgeries to be performed by both local and international specialists. These surgeries are expected to have life-changing impacts on individuals and families. In addition to surgical missions, BSP's support will contribute to Foundation's medical training programs. Operation Open Heart Foundation Chair Lady Catherine Johnston said BSP's commitment has helped the Foundation bringing hope, healing, and second chances to countless Papua New Guineans. Pakatambua National EMTV News.
National EMTV News continues after the break. Stay with us.
Hi, I'm Chef Jules Henao, and this is where my true inspiration for cooking started. Like most of us, I learned to cook from my mum. Nothing beats simple recipes where fresh local produce is at the heart, especially when it's a home-cooked meal, prepared and shared with the ones you love. And in PNG, no meal is complete without rice. And my choice is always True Guy. True Guy, true inspiration through generations.
Enjoy more talk, more text, and more time online with Telecom More Bundles. Choose from 8 plans ranging from 3 kina with 600 megabytes of data all the way up to 75 kina, loaded with a massive 35 gig. Best of all, each plan comes with an unlimited on-network call minutes plus on-net and off-net talk and text. That's way more time to chat with family and friends. Telecom More Bundles. Top up now. Nationwide polio immunization campaign will be conducted in August and September 2025 to immunize all children under 10 years, even if they have received polio immunization previously. The campaign will also create an opportunity to provide free integrated health services for eligible children, including vitamin A supplement, deworming tablets, and routine immunization against vaccine-preventable diseases. The first round will be implemented in mainland PNG provinces and later in the NGI region. Polio immunization will be carried out in health facilities by outreach and mobile teams and schools in your communities. Parents, caregivers, and community leaders, including lower primary school teachers, are strongly advised to ensure all under 10 years old children are brought for polio immunization. Remember, prevention is better than cure. Immunize your child. Act now.
This is a message from the Department of Health of Papua New Guinea.
Join us weekly on MTV News A Closer Look, their current affairs program that brings you insight for the latest on education, health,
appealing to all the residents.
Business,
They launched its weekend
politics,
to infiltrate into our systems.
sports, and more.
As we observe the preparations for the women's.
A Closer Look, Sunday at 7 p.m. on your number one to watch, MTV.
You're watching National MTV News. Moving to overseas news, stock market around the world has fallen following the latest tariffs announcement from the White House. Donald Trump revealed a new round of tariffs yesterday.
So Donald Trump's new world order of tariffs has been announced, with more than 90 countries having their tariffs increased. So the cost of their goods coming into the United States will go up. Some of them have been hit really hard. For example, Brazil, which exports a lot of coffee to the United States, is going to be hit with a 50% tariff. So that means the cost of all the coffee coming into America from Brazil will go up overnight to 50%. Switzerland, Swiss watches, Nespresso capsules and so forth, they will go up 39% if that cost is passed on. Canada 35%, India 25%, South Africa 30%. Now, there's still a lot of uncertainty about these tariffs. Nobody really knows what happens next. That's the reason that some of the global stock markets are nervous and have fallen. Wall Street's taken a big hit because people don't know what's going to come out of all of this. It appears that each of those countries, those 90 plus countries, will have to individually argue their case with the Trump White House to try to get those reduced. For example, Brazil will try to get that reduced from 50 down to 30, or Canada from 35 down to 20. Australia, of course, has been spared this particular round. So Australia already has a 10% tariff put by Donald Trump on all of its exports into America. It will stay 10%, and that's in line with the UK. That is equally the lowest tariff of any country. Now, so there's uncertainty over that. At the same time, another factor of uncertainty has emerged. Donald Trump has used social media, Truth Social, to say that he has ordered 2 nuclear submarines to be positioned in the appropriate regions. Now, it's rare to have a US president ever talk about any significant military moves, particularly about nuclear submarines. What's caused this is there's a war of words between Donald Trump and Dmitry Medvedev, the former Russian president. Now, a week or so ago, Dmitry Medvedev warned Donald Trump that Russia has a significant nuclear capability. That warning was in response to Donald Trump saying that he's going to hit Russia with sanctions unless they start making serious moves towards peace in Ukraine. Now, Now, in response to Dmitry Medvedev, Donald Trump has said he's acted just in case these foolish and inflammatory statements are more than just that. Words are very important, Donald Trump said, and can often lead to unintended consequences. I hope this will not be one of those instances. Now, I don't think there's any particular need for panic. I don't think this is any sort of new nuclear crisis. But when the President of the United States talks about moving nuclear submarines in response to Russia, then it's at least the beginning of concern.
Russian President Vladimir Putin has spoken for the first time since the U.S. issued a new ceasefire ultimatum.
It's the first time Russian President Vladimir Putin has spoken publicly since US President Donald Trump imposed a new, shorter ceasefire deadline on Russia. Initially, Mr. Trump said that Moscow would have 50 days to do a peace deal with Ukraine. He then shortened that to 10 or 12. The White House has since confirmed that the Kremlin has until August 8 to agree to a ceasefire with Ukraine. Otherwise, significant and severe tariffs and trade sanctions will be imposed on Russia. Now, in a press conference with the Belarusian president that involved a dog, it was a rather bizarre affair. Vladimir Putin said he wanted lasting peace in Ukraine, but he made no indication that he was willing to make any concessions. And that's a crucial point because there are peace negotiations happening in the background between Kyiv and Moscow, but it appears both sides are at an impasse. In fact, the last meeting, which occurred in Istanbul, went for less than an hour, which is perhaps a good sign that both sides are a fair way apart. But here's Vladimir Putin on how he sees those trade negotiations going.
As for negotiations, they're always in demand and always important, especially if there's a desire for peace. In general, I view the negotiations positively. How can you not be positive about the fact that hundreds of people have returned home? As you know, we handed over thousands of Ukrainian soldiers' bodies and received in return several dozen of our men who laid down their lives for their homeland.
The White House and US President Donald Trump are growing increasingly frustrated. In fact, Mr. Trump described the Kremlin's recent actions as disgusting. He's also said that he's moved 2 nuclear submarines into the appropriate regions in response to Russia's recent displays of aggression. The Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky has also said that he wants to do a peace deal, but it can't be done unless Russia makes any concessions. As I mentioned, the deadline is there, August 8. The US says if they don't meet that, significant trade sanctions will be imposed on Moscow. We'll wait and see whether Vladimir Putin comes to the table with a realistic proposal for peace.
National EMTV News continues after the break with Trukai Sports. Stay with us.
They're gold nuggets. There's a flavor for everyone. The best tasting snack. Get a burst of gold nuggets. Cheese flavor.
Mega wow.
Chicken flavor.
Mega wow.
Cheese onion flavor.
Mega wow.
Barbecue flavor. Mega wow.
When you're on the go. One more. One more.
Get that burst of gold nuggets flavor.
Mega wow.
Soft and lovely hair growth cream. The new way to nourish your hungry hair. The first hair growth cream with natural origins. No silicone, overload of nutrients, and incredibly melted texture that is instantly absorbed by your hair. Available at Trends Essential Beauty Shop in Bryant Bell Plaza, Gordon's, and Eliseo Rainbow, Trends salons, and all retail shops near you.
The GWM Tank 500 has a super luxurious interior with 7 family-friendly seats, and it really loves going off-road. Book a test drive today and hop into Bulolo Motors for a spin.
Tell him shorty come get it, come grind on me, back me there. Mommy get loose, get loose, get loose. Pepsi in my hand, ice cold, no excuse. I tell him who's gonna bring that roof down. Pepsi
What if every drop of waste oil you poured away could turn into something worse?
50,000 litres of oil is believed to have spilled into the sea.
Waste oil doesn't just disappear. It seeps into our rivers, poisons our land, and suffocates wildlife. Every drop counts, and every drop adds up. With Dunlop, we can recycle used oil to prevent this destruction. Recycling oil not only cleans our environment, but also reduces the need for new resources, saving energy and protecting ecosystems. Let us handle your waste oil and help protect our environment for generations to come.
Yes, there's negativity everywhere, but how can we change that perception?
Join us Monday night at 7 as we hold discussions with PNG Christian Professionals Network, Inc.
Core mission is positive influence and leadership and positive influence. And we connect with our network members. Okay, we inspire them through our different programs.
That's on Monday night.
Tukai Sports.
Welcome to Tukai Sports. The Fairfax Volleyball Association witnessed thrilling action today as both its major and minor finals unfolded in a day packed with energy and competition. In standout performances, Team Falcon in the Women's Division 2 and Raukele Men's Under-21 emerged victorious, securing their spots in the Grand Finals and preliminary finals.
High-intensity matches dominated the courts at the Fairfax Volleyball Association today. In the Division 2 of the women's matches, the Falcons clinched a decisive victory over Hillside, sweeping the match 3-0. Team captain Angie Brown expressed her excitement over the win, calling it a strong display of teamwork and focus.
We play against the Hillside. I'm proud of myself as a captain. I'm that we can win this game. We are looking forward to next week.
Meanwhile, in the men's under-21 division, Raukele came out on top with commanding 3-0 win over Buria contenders. Captain Gabe John highlighted the team's strategy and discipline as key factors in the match. With this win, Raukele Under-21 now secures their spot in the Grand Finals. Impressively, they have remained undefeated throughout the season, an achievement that speaks to their consistency and preparation.
Following games and we try to give fast when it will improve. Otherwise, I'm undefeated.
Looking ahead to the Grand Finals, Captain Gabe emphasized the team's focus on improving defense and maintaining composure under pressure as they aim to finish the season strong. Joel Mipari, Tukai Sports.
PNG National Rugby League competition has announced that the PNG NRL Cup Round 16 match between NPL Angamioks and Gas Resource Central Dabari will take place in Port Moresby and not in Wabeg, Anga Province, as published in the season draw.
In a statement, the venue change from Ipus Oval in Wabeg to Santos National Football Stadium is a proactive measure taken due to evolving circumstances in the province. The PNG National Rugby League competition management has worked very closely with both clubs to arrive at this decision to change the venue in the best interest of the competition. The venue change has now provided a triple-header match on Sunday at the Santos National Football Stadium as Round 1 of the Santos Cup opens. The day with Moni Plus NCDC Port Moresby Vipers taking on Mount Hagen Eagles at 12 p.m. followed by Round 16 of the PNG NRL Cup match between the Gulf Iso and Asilawagi Tumbe at 1:30 p.m. In the second game, followed by the main game, Angamioks versus Gas Resource Central Dabaris at 3:30 p.m. Joel Mipari, Trukai Sports.
Trukai Sports continues after the break. Stay with us.
Trukai Sports.
Chicken kebab saja nah. Yum.
Beef stir fry.
Chicken curry, my favorite.
Kebabs for you.
Yum.
Stir fry for you. And chicken curry for us.
Magic in every meal, one cube at a time.
The all-new, powerful GWM Power. Book a test drive today and hop into Bulolo Motors for a spin.
From the mountains to the seas to global markets, the National Fisheries Authority proudly celebrates 50 years of growth. We're advancing tuna domestication, aquaculture, coastal fisheries, and sustainable fisheries management. Through stakeholder consultations, policy reforms, and stronger surveillance, we're protecting PNG's marine wealth and shaping a sustainable future. National Fisheries Authority, sustaining our future, empowering our nation.
Nationwide polio immunization campaign will be conducted in August and September 2025 to immunize all children under 10 years, even if they have received polio immunization previously. The campaign will also create an opportunity to provide free integrated health services for eligible children, including vitamin A supplement, deworming tablets, and routine immunization against vaccine-preventable diseases. The first round will be implemented in mainland PNG provinces and later in the NGI region. Polio immunization will be carried out in health facilities by outreach and mobile teams and schools in your communities. Parents, caregivers, and community leaders, including lower primary school teachers, are strongly advised to ensure all under 10 years old children are brought for polio immunization. Remember, prevention is better than cure. Immunize your child. Act now.
This is a message from the Department of Health of Papua New Guinea.
MTV's Vocal Fusion Season 12. Last week, contestants performed to the theme Symphonic Rock. This week, they jazz things up with the theme Jazz. And we also get to reveal who makes it through to the top 7.
And you just took us all over the place. And that's what jazz is all about.
Join us tomorrow night at 7:30. Only on your number one to watch, MTV.
Hi, I'm Chef Jules Henao, and this is where my true inspiration for cooking started. Like most of us, I learned to cook from my mum. Nothing beats simple recipes where fresh local produce is at the heart, especially when it's a home-cooked meal, prepared and shared with the ones you love. And in PNG, no meal is complete without rice. And my choice is always Trukai. Trukai, true inspiration through generations.
You're watching Trukai Sports. Port Moresby Netball Association witnessed a thrilling action today as two of the top performing teams throughout the season went head-to-head at the Rita Flynn courts.
Speaking to Trukai Sports, President of the Port Moresby Netball Association, Linda Ligo, highlighted the level of intensity and the competition seen during today's match.
And as you can see, the game is a bit one-sided now that the Sparrows are leading. So obviously, the skills and the girls have on court between both teams, you can see that the Sparrows are actually leading the the game right now. So they have a better side of elevating to the grand final next week.
Looking ahead to next weekend, President Ligo shared expectation for the upcoming matches and how the final series is shaping up.
Next week we won't be having our competition, we will be having our Premier Grand Finals. We have only 6 Premier teams for this season, so the Premier games have been shorter and the rest of the games from Division 1 to 10 going into the preliminary finals the week after next week.
President League also acknowledged a strong turnout and support from the community throughout the season.
There's a lot of turnout. We have been having a lot of teams. We have a lot of teams, 50 teams, so we basically have more than 2,000 plus every Saturdays, because that's how much we collect from the gate that tells us that we have this much.
Joel Mipari, Trukai Sports.
Moving to overseas sports, in the NRL, the Brisbane Broncos have defeated South Sydney with 60 points to 14 in Suncorp Stadium yesterday.
The Broncos only led the injury-ravaged Rabbitohs by 10 points at half-time, but ran away with it in the second half to win 60 points to 14. The Rabbitohs were outscored 10 tries to 3 to record their 9th consecutive defeat, while the Broncos temporarily move up to 5th. Earlier, the Dolphins continued their finals push with an upset 20-18 victory over the Warriors in Auckland. Jermaine Asako scored the winning try for the Dolphins with just 1 minute left on the clock.
That ends Joker Sports. The Morning Plus weather report is next. Stay with us.
Trukai Sports. Trukai Sports.
Hi, I'm Chef Jules Henao, and this is where my true inspiration for cooking started. Like most of us, I learned to cook from my mum. Nothing beats simple recipes where fresh local produce is at the heart, especially when it's a home-cooked meal, prepared and shared with the ones you love. And in PNG, no meal is complete without rice. And my choice is always Trukai. Trukai, true inspiration through generations.
Are you tired of standing in those long lines to get your jackpot tickets? Guess what? You never have to with Telecom USSD jackpot ticket purchase. Simply dial *321#, follow the prompts, and you are set for your jackpot draw. It's as easy as 3, 2, 1. Telecom PNG, connecting you anywhere, anytime.
The GWM Tank 300 has all the amazing creature comforts you want. And it really loves going off-road. Hop into Bulolo Motors for a spin. Book a test drive today.
Join me every Thursday night as Sports Scene brings to you all the local and international sporting updates. Revisiting our legendary athletes.
Hi, this is David Mead.
Highlighting our local sports developments across the nation.
All eyes on Auckland.
Now an NRL team based here.
To create a pathway.
And our talented rising stars.
Hi, my name is Gemma Schnobel and you're watching.
All the younger ones should follow.
Sports Scene, Thursday nights at 7 p.m. only on your number one to watch, MTV.
Dreaming for more than the life we've known. There is more to what the future holds. You may only man no walk one time. Oh, 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 oh.
This weather update is proudly brought to you by MoneyPlus, with you always.
The MoneyPlus weather report for the next 24 hours. In the southern region, Port Moresby, partly cloudy with possible few showers and thunderstorms. And Popondetta, cloudy periods with few showers and possible thunderstorms. In the Momasa region, Lay City, partly cloudy. And Vanimo, cloudy periods with possible few showers. In the New Guinea Island regions, Lorengau, partly cloudy with possible brief showers, and Buka, partly cloudy with possible brief showers. And in the Highlands region, Mount Agan City, partly cloudy, few rain to showers and possible thunderstorms. And Menditari and Wabeg, cloudy periods with heavy showers to rain and thunderstorms.
The weather update was proudly brought to you by MoneyPlus, with you always.
And that wraps up the news, sports and weather for Saturday, the 2nd of August, 2025. From all of us here, pleasant viewing and good night.
This news program was proudly brought to you by Smart Start Breakfast Biscuits and Gold Nuggets.